And hello again, human, as this is a personal message for the channel. And indeed, he has asked about his connection to Mars and other places as well, but those were not so at the forefront of his mind. But we can tell you that it is the energy of the planet which in ways has affected or will affect and is part of your makeup, so to speak. For you wanted to be part of a second chance, and that information came out to you in a recent channeling. And that is why you have come to, in ways, correct or rectify or balance out some of the efforts which you had, which did not have such a positive effect on the Mars planet, as you say. Now, the Malbec part is not part of this particular incarnation, although since all is one, of course, it will have an impact on you as well. But it is the Mars connection in which you had a role, in which you had a role in not preserving the planet, but in contributing to its demise, in stirring up the energies which created factions which were harmful to each other, which were involved in conflict and initiated and loved conflict in ways. That is part of the expression which you chose to learn from. For indeed, it all happens at the oneness of simultaneous time. But that energy was present, and you chose to have a different outcome this time. You chose to be the being of balance, to balance not only those heart and mind energies, and the male and the female energies, and the energies of your other incarnations, but to help bring a planet into a higher realm status, a higher vibrational, loving, unified experience, which is the almost opposite of what you helped engender in the other world of Mars, which is why it is no longer a vital and vibrant planet in your particular time frame. Now, that does not mean it does not always exist. And in ways, if you focus that loving energy, you can still impact your other lives. You can impact your other lives on your planet and your other realms and make them aware and send them loving thoughts. And now that you know, that is even more important for you to exercise that option. It is part of expanding your heart and your love. And we wish for you to reach out to those other selves. And we are not providing details on that. That is not necessary at this point, for you can make those discernments. You can make those connections. Your focus will energize and attract to you, provided it is your authentic desire, which we know that it is. So, in that way, you have come forth to find out these answers. You have had the impulses and the initiation into a larger scope of your soul path in this particular expression of reality. And you have had many, 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 of course. But that is one of the things in which you have chosen to experience from a different perspective, from a more loving, balanced, harmonious perspective. And that is why you reach out to be of service to so many different beings and to offer your wisdom. Because before you would perhaps do that in that other reality related to Mars, but it would be for your own advancement or for to curry favor or for even riches in some ways. They did not have that monetary system the way that you do. But it was a it was based on the hierarchy, which was present in many ways. But there are different aspects of that which do not translate well into your current environment and your current reality. But you asked about that, and we are glad to have you express that, and for the hybrid children to express that this is a resource which you have not utilized. You have lots of information, many fields of information, which are grander than most people can hope to encounter. And you need to utilize that to expand not only your presence on your planet, but your impact with other beings which are related to you and observing you, and who are, of course, involved in coaching and loving you in the overall greater missions of expansion, which are the source of source. And we shall let you go, for indeed there are other things which we wish to say, which are more geared for a larger audience. But we will come forth and answer your questions, just as all of the other beings which you particularly are connected with, which have chosen to come through you in this way. This is an opportunity for you to grow in ways where you have the ability that nothing which is relevant to you is hidden and you can know. And that is indeed a special skill and a blessing in many ways, and the epitome of growth in some aspects of those on your society who crave such knowledge, whose curiosity shall never be satisfied or satiated. So we urge you to go in and go without in ways too, to connect with those other beings who are not aligned directly, perhaps, with your physical body, but on a spiritual level, or your brothers linked in with your sisters linked in, and the other particular races and beings which do not have those familial labels, we will say, as well, for it is all oneness. And that is the cultivation which you are enabling to endeavor into accomplishing to a greater degree. And we will let you go. And now that you have your information, we look forward to seeing how you utilize this for your own benefit and the benefit of the other yous which are scattered around this universe and others. And we recede.